What's up, guys? This is the beginning of week 11 off-season training. I'm going to recap my bench session from Saturday. My buddy Adrian Larson came in and lifted with us here at the Dog Pound on Saturday. He's currently getting ready for a meet out at the Oregon coast in December, I believe, second weekend of December. So got a lift in with him, hit some bench work. My shoulder was feeling pretty good. I was able to put it back together fairly effectively, but I was definitely beat up from the, added it up, it was 27,000 pounds of deadlift work I did on Thursday. That definitely ate into my recovery a bit, so I ended up falling a little bit short of the numbers that I wanted to hit on Saturday, but still got some good singles in and some good accessory work. So because of that, I'm going to probably reevaluate my plan as far as benching goes for the rest of this year here. Maybe dial back my Tuesday session, have that be more dedicated towards maybe like an overhead press motion, and just kind of give my pec and shoulder girdle a little bit of a rest on that day now that weights are starting to get heavier on that Saturday session. So gonna take a look at things there and just see if I need to make a couple of updates, but I don't want to necessarily throw everything out, but I feel like I might be able to refine the programming that I wrote for that day moving forward. So that brings us into today. Because I'm starting to push my bench and deadlift a little bit harder, I took this as almost a little bit of a deload day, but more from a volume perspective than overall intensity. So the program that I had written out, I was supposed to still hit a kind of like a rep PR set today with 405 just after the weekend, and just kind of feeling how relatively beat up I was. I wanted to dial things back while still getting under that same 405 that I did from the week before. So I was working some singles as warm-ups here, and everything was feeling really smooth. I was getting my upper back locked in nice and tight. You can see depth is consistent, bar path is pretty much straight up and down. But on this set here, this is 380, I believe. I did have a pretty noticeable weight shift to the left, I believe, and I could feel that on this setting, but you can't quite see it there. So I ended up deciding to move the camera to the back position here so I could kind of spend some time trying to diagnose what was going on with my hips. This is the same side that usually gives me some trouble, but as you can see in this shot here, even setting up under the bar, I'm setting up off-centered. I think that's because of my right shoulder being tight. And you can see my whole kind of spine, if you watch from the top where the bar is sitting down to my hips, is pointed to the left. And that's pretty easy to notice here in this set. So once I kind of went back and reviewed the film here, I decided to try and do some movement diagnosis by filming both front and rear just directly on. You can see my whole upper body shifting to the, or hips shifting to the left there, and even on this side. So I went back in and I rolled through my psoas and tried to open up the hip flexors, and then came back and filmed the shot again from the back here, just to see if I had any improvement at all. And you can see the problem actually got worse because I loosened my hips up. So, and the weight felt easily 50 pounds heavier than it did before. So I kept going back in and doing singles at that 380, trying to make a little bit of a tissue adjustment in between each of these sets, whether it be to the psoas or to the hip flexors or adductors. Just kind of really doing my best to see if I could improve that movement pattern, and it wasn't super effective. This was my last single at 380. I decided to try a back down set back at 330 or 40 after this, and it just wasn't moving well either. So I decided to just kind of call it quits on that, and I went back to my gym and did some more extensive work in through my hips and upper back. So today ended up being kind of a volume deload and a mobility and core session. Hit a lot of stir the pots and ab rollouts instead. So not too worried about it. I'd rather have everything saved up so I can have a good productive deadlift session on Thursday. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're interested in any of the programs we offer here at the gym, check out our website at www.savagegym.com.
touch.